In terms of value, the journey, I took over the portfolio in October of 2017. Since then, we've been lucky and fortunate to have some multi-baggers. As I told you, Tube Investments has become 5x. Ipca Labs, which is not in the portfolio because we sold it out entirely, had become 3x. ICICI Bank has become 2.5x. Dr. Reddy had become 1.7x. Jubilant Food has doubled. Max has become 2.4x. HDFC Life has become 2x. ICICI Lombard had become 2x. It's not there in the portfolio. So what had happened, it's marked out as a separate bubble for a reason, that initially I used to own only Lombard, and we bought after IPO. The IPO was a failure because the listing happened at below IPO price, and on day one we finished buying about 6% of the fund, and this stock doubled in exactly 1 year, and that's when we sold and we got into HDFC Life, which had IPO'd exactly the same time as Lombard, and it was still available to me at the listing price of 1 year ago. So we recycled Lombard into HDFC Life, and now I have recycled HDFC Life into SBI Life, and hoping that we could demonstrate a similar track record in future too. This is, as you all know, value is an incredibly old strategy. It's a strategy which has a life of 15 years or plus, and thus the data that you can see from value is incredibly solid and incredibly genuine. And there is no possibility of any misrepresentation here. And if you look at it on a 5-year rolling basis, so we've split the entire 15-year period into from 2003 till 2021, we've seen every year how the 5-year rolling returns have looked. And if you see, there has been an impeccable track record of every 5-year rolling period we have given you a positive alpha. This is in fact, the last 5 years has been the only period where we have not been able to generate alpha. In fact, we've generated negative alpha, but of a very small quantum, which is negative 0.4%. However, we believe this is turning. So this is the distant past. When you look at it on a 5-year rolling basis, the philosophy has always stood the test of time, and we believe this time it will be no different. Now, from the distant performance coming to the recent performance, I would urge you all to look at the table below. If you looked at the portfolio performance as of 31st March 2020, which is not long ago, you see the performance. In 1 year, we had delivered negative 19.5%, 2 years negative 9%, 3 years negative 4%, 5 years negative 2%. And now, as you fast forward to today, what you see is we've delivered 23.8% versus 14% versus 16% versus 14%. What we are trying to say is you can see how dramatically the performance has improved in the last 1 year. And this is why our belief is what you see here of negative 0.4% will turn into positive very soon. The other thing that you all must be aware that we take portfolio earnings very seriously. This is the method in the madness which we tend to be accountable for. And if you see over the last many quarters, this is what you see from Q1 FY20 till Q2 FY22. If you really see, every quarter we have beaten earnings growth of Nifty. In fact, on a cumulative basis, our earning growth has been 2x, should have led to 2x performance to Nifty. But still we have underperformed Nifty, which only means that in the near future, we will start seeing this performance catch up very, very strongly, and which is what we are seeing over the last recent few months. We have landed up outperforming handsomely.